Welcome to Venture North. I'm your host, Rob Remus, and on today's show, we are truly going to venture north. We have some special guests coming along. Dave Genz, Rick Johnson, and Rob Danchuk are going to join us up on the lake. We're heading to northwestern Ontario to Onaman Lake, known as a walleye factory for its numbers of great walleye. We have a forecast for bright sunny skies this morning, but this afternoon we expect things to cloud right over. Stay tuned, you're going to learn a lot of great tips. We're here at early ice. We've got about 7 inches of ice. You know, that's stable enough to be putting our skidoos out here. Very early in the season. That's a good time to be fishing. The oxygen level in the lakes is distributed quite evenly right from the surface to the bottom, and that creates a lot of activity in the fish and some aggression. So the feeding earlier on in the wintertime can be some of the best bites of the whole year. And you'll find that some of the bigger fish also come out through the ice in lakes that may not produce them during the summertime. Okay, I can see a fish just about a foot off the bottom. I gotta come up a little bit. Okay, come on. That's the beauty about these Vexilars. They can pick up an ant swivel. I can see my lure at all times, and I can see a fish coming under it. Okay, just leave it right there. Little tip. I think so. I think he's there. Come on. Not much fight. Come on. Oh, I'm feeling a tug now. There we go. Yep. Come on. Get up here. Oh, he's right near the hole. I think so. Let me get this graph out of the way. Come on. You gotta love these ice rods. You know, a couple of years ago, I used to just fish a fish. Oh, look at this walleye. Come here. Oh, beautiful. What a gorgeous fish. I was saying I used to fish with spools of line, willow branches, you know, a very economical method. But I found that I lost a lot of fish. I didn't have the method or the resources to play the fish out and to have the capability of downsizing my lures and also downsizing the weight of the fishing line that I'm using. So now I'm able to put a 4-pound test line and match it to the reel and the rod that I'm using, and it's going to allow me to downgrade the size of the jigs that we're using here. Wow, what a hook set. If I can get that out the top of his mouth. And I can keep in contact with my jig at all times. I can feel the line, and that's a key ingredient to catching more fish, is when you're jigging and all of a sudden you don't feel any weight whatsoever, set the hook. Some of these walleye are such light biters that, what a beautiful look at this fish. What a great representation here of a Northern Ontario walleye. We're up here at Onaman Lake in northwestern Ontario. We have Dave Genz with us, a very special guest that's showing us quite a finesse system to ice fish. Put that walleye down, and that's the key. This finesse system of ice fishing is taken years of development, but it incorporates all the modern technology that we have at our disposal nowadays. What I mean by that is we have great running skidoos that'll get us miles and miles into lakes. We have electronic equipment now that will pick up our weights, even down to an ant swivel. So we'll know at what strike zone our presentation is at all times. It will show us when a fish enters the cone angle that we're fishing below this ice hole. We'll know that an aggressive fish has entered the area, and we'll try and either slow the presentation down or make it more active to get that fish to bite. We have portable ice shelters to allow us to get out here in the Northland and stay warm and fish longer and make it more enjoyable. The ice huts and ice shelters are very portable. We can slide this around the area and work a whole point system or a drop-off, staying warm, keeping all of our equipment close at hand, and all of that will lead to a much better time out on the ice.
There, I got one. Come on the screen. Come on, take it. Oh, there he goes. Well, another feels like a pretty nice fish. Just up here in 5-6 feet of water. You don't have to be in deep water to catch walleyes. You know, some people think they're only out in deep water, but Obviously, this shows they're in shallow water too. Here's my swivel. Now I know he's close. That's one nice thing about putting the swivel in your line. You know when he's close. There he comes up the hole. Ah! Another nice fish. We're going to be eating really good tonight. Feels like a decent fish. I switched to a flyer here now, and flyer spins around the circle. And you see, I got a swivel on my line there. The other two things, keeps a twist out of my line and lets me know that fish is right by the bottom of the hole. Now I'm trying to steer him up the hole. I know it's time not to pull too much. So you don't have to get panicked when you know he's down by the bottom of the hole. Then you just raise your rod tip up until you get him out of the hole. So putting that little swivel on your line there, a couple of feet above your flyer, will do two things. Keep the twist out of your line and let you know when the fish is by the bottom of the ice. Not too bad a fish, but I think it's another one we'll let go to grow and catch another day. Another trick that we do is, instead of carrying a minnow bucket along, I just got a little plastic bag here with some minnows in it. When you're using these flyers, it's not real important that the minnow is alive, but more that it's fresh. These were alive just a little bit ago. But when you're running around from hole to hole like I'm doing now, it's a lot easier to carry that bag in your pocket than it is to carry a minnow bucket around with you. New minnow and back down the hole.
These Vexilars will find the fish for you when they come. Just give them a little jigging motion. Come on. Right at where he is. You don't want to jig too much. I think he's got it right. Yeah, he got it. That's a little one. But there's a lot of fish. There's a lot of bait fish going through the screen right now too. We don't know what type. We're figuring if they're baby whitefish. But we don't really know. Yeah, this is a real tiny one. But it's still a fish. And a lot of fun. I am definitely hooked on Dave's flyers. Yes, sir. Beautiful little jig there. See if we could get this one off and not hurt him too much. He's not hooked that bad. There we go. Beautiful little walleyes. Onaman Lake. Beautiful fishery. But we have to put some back. Most definitely. There he goes. I still think that really the key to catching these more fish in the middle of the day to drill a few more holes. We were kind of had a lull here. All I did, I grabbed the auger and drilled 5-6 more holes. It's amazing how people think that scares the fish, but actually it probably does. But that's what we're trying to do. In the middle of the day, they sit around. They're not doing any moving. We want them fish to move around so they get to our holes. Oh, look at that! Perfect timing. Lure popped out just when I got a hold of the fish. Can't beat that.
Hi, I'm Dave Genz. I'd like to show you my winter bass boat here. It's a real ice fishing machine. Come on, take a look. I'll show you what I got in here to make ice fishing more fun. The reason I've kind of adapted my winter bass boat, because look at here, I've even got a bass seat right in here. Keeps you nice and comfortable while you're out there. You know, the seat slides back and forth on these little rails here so you can get closer or farther from your hole. Nice and easily. You know, got a place in here to keep my electronics. Depth finder right in there. I've got rod and reels, ice skimmer, tackle. I have a heater. I have everything in here that's needed. You notice I'm not towing it behind my snowmobile. I've got it mounted right up on the snowmobile with me, which is a much better way than towing it. When you get to where you're going, all your stuff is still neat and orderly. I've got rod holders built right into the side here. Keep my rods in them so that I don't break them when I'm traveling from spot to spot. You know, different kinds, different actions for different situations. You know, this here Tubbs is a little rod holder here to hold the rod. Well, if I got a holder, I want to walk away so I don't have to worry about the fish running off with my rod. Well, I got to this spot here. a few holes are drilled already. I'm just gonna get the house out of here and go fishing. You just pick it right out of there, set her down onto the ice, and I'm ready to go. I mean, as quickly as this, I'm inside, out of the weather. Now you notice how this is was on the back of my long track snowmobile here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a long track. This is just another base of the fish trap, another sled that I had that's mounted on here. You get one of these sleds, you could build it on the back of any style of snowmobile and get you the ability to get your stuff up off the ground. You know, towing it just seems to break things up. We towed a few things out here today and we spent time picking up pieces. Where this, everything is nice and neat. Along the edges here, we just have some standard rain gutter. I mean, the same stuff that goes on the side of your house. We've just got it run along the edge and across the back. Nice spot to keep it up off the floor, keep it dry. You know, I've got things in here like my camera flash for flashing my glow-in-the-dark lures. Makes them glow a lot brighter than what a flashlight or a lantern would make them glow. Sometimes that would take to trigger some more fish. You know, lots of little boxes with my tackle in them. Again, my depth finder's in here. Here's my little heater that keeps me warm. Ice skimmer to skim the holes out. You know, a bucket to put your fish in or keep your minnows in can easily fit in there too. We've already got it setting out on the ice here today. And you can quickly move from spot to spot instead of spend the whole day sitting in one place waiting for the fish to come to you.
There we go. Feels like a little better fish. Well, if we can maneuver his head into the hole, we'll be doing all right. Whoa, there's what we've been looking for all day. Whew. That's the type of Onaman Lake walleye that is possible if you put the time in. You're gonna have to put a few hours in working those jigs, getting past the 1 and 1.5 pound fish, but they're not alone. I'll tell you that, that is a gorgeous looking walleye. Emerald green, thick and chunky, beautiful fish. I think anyone would enjoy that on any outing in the wintertime. You know, it is possible to get in to a lot bigger fish in the wintertime because of the opportunities. They're very aggressive at the first stages of ice in the early wintertime like we have now. The oxygen level in the lake is very, very high and distributed from the surface to the bottom. So the fish are cruising along, very aggressive, knowing that they have to bulk up because come the mid to late winter, the oxygen levels and the game fish, the minnows that they're after, are definitely going to start to deplete. So they're looking for a good meal. Wow, am I ever impressed. We're using a pink and white flyer jig from Systems Tackle, and I'll tell you, is it ever producing. Been using it up here on these Northern Ontario lakes for the past year, and I've never seen anything produced like it. I'll tell you, I'm not taking it off my rod, and I suggest you go out and get some and give it a try. Oh, what a great day. You know, not only did we learn some new tactics from Dave Genz and Rick Johnson, but we caught a few fish to bring home and we released a great number of fish. Onaman Lake in northwestern Ontario, I'll tell you, winter ice fishing doesn't get any better than this. Folks, next time you get a chance to head to the outdoors, venture north.